15 weeks ago, I was asked a question that I didn't really understand. My professor looked around the class and said, "Are you a consumer or a producer of technology?" I thought to myself, I'm a consumer, of course. Well, a lot can change in 15 weeks, and while I will always consider myself a consumer, I now realize that I'm a very capable producer as well. I started this course having to create a digital oral history along with a Prezi. I had seen Prezis before, but I had never created one, so this should be interesting, I thought. As if struggling to figure out the Prezi wasn't bad enough, now he wants me to edit videos and add them to the Prezi? Really? So I borrowed an iPad and created videos and experienced the first of many breakdowns along my journey. When I uploaded the videos to YouTube, it split them into video segments, which I now had to splice together and create into one. What a sense of accomplishment when I finally had it all together. Hi, I'm conducting an interview on how technology has affected you with all the advances that we've seen over the years. What is your name? And you're how old?
42.
And you've probably begun using technology in the last 15, 20 years?
Yes.
Do you enjoy learning new technology?
I love technology.
Do you find it difficult to embrace new technologies when you learn them?
No.
Being someone that grew up learning through the traditional methods, do you think that technology provides a better way to learn for kids today? Provides a better way to learn for kids today?
I would definitely say that.
Hi, I'm conducting an interview to find out about digital technology and how it affects students in the classroom. And what is your name?
Krista Alexander.
Okay, and what is your occupation?
I teach first grade.
Okay, so do you see with first graders, you've been teaching for 10 years?
10 years in first grade.
Okay, and 10 years ago, do you see a difference from then till now with how kids are advanced technologically?
Absolutely.
Do you think that it affects their learning?
I do, in both positive and negative ways. That's kind of, they can do a lot more. They know how to go on the internet and find games and play, and they can, piece words together with the games, but they can't hold a cut and paste. Or we used to do a lot of crafts with like popsicle sticks, and they could cut out the letters and glue them to the popsicle sticks, and then they like so many of the hand-eye coordination things on that they can't do. Just
Hi, I'm conducting an interview on how technology affects your life, and what is your name,
Haley Alexander.
and how old are you?
I will be 12 in October.
Okay, and have you always been around technology since you were very little? Have you always used computers and iPods and laptops?
Well, I played games on a computer when I was little because I wasn't really capable of doing all the older kind of game stuff on in technology.
But you've grown up with technology. It's always been around you.
Yes.
Okay, and do you think that it's easier to use technology than to...
Yes.
Do you think it's more interesting to learn that way?
Yes.
Do you find it more stimulating in a classroom to learn using presentations and computers and smart boards than strictly books and whiteboards?
Yes.
Do you find the instruction boring when you're in a classroom using the books?
Sometimes.
Many weeks later, I experienced yet another breakdown when I realized I was supposed to have a video of myself in there as well. Only this time, with all of my acquired experience of the past 15 weeks, I quickly turned my failure into success and found a quick, easy way to take a video on an iPhone and upload it directly to YouTube. When I try to think of myself as either a digital immigrant or a digital native, I would probably tend to think of myself as a digital immigrant. I obviously didn't grow up in a time where technology was key, and learning didn't revolve around the technology. However, I've adapted really well. I've always liked learning new things. I do get frustrated fairly easy, but I've learned how to use so many different technologies. I think school has been key in showing me how to use different technologies and really adapting to them and really finding how useful they can be, especially because I want to be a teacher. I think it's really important to stay focused on what's new and what the kids are interested in, because that's how they're going to like learning best. And now it's all good. Now it's on to the Twitteriv. Just the name makes me nervous. We have to tweet maxims. Okay, so first of all, how do I tweet? And secondly, what's a maxim? I feel another breakdown coming on. Now we have to come up with a repetend. Really? What's a repetend? I began my Twitteriv thinking I would write about an incident that took place at one of my daughter's soccer games, but as I look back through my tweets, I realized a pattern I was seeing of growing frustration and insecurity in both my educational path and my prospects of finding a job upon completion, all while compiling a mountain of debt to pay for my education. I realized that to overcome my fears and frustrations, I would have to face them head on in my Twitteriv. I created an informative and engaging piece of writing by incorporating pictures, videos, lists, links, prezis, tweets, and even a short play. I realized as I proudly reviewed my accomplishment, which came out of utter confusion, that I had just employed Core Value 6, and that the impact of the technology had was my sense of accomplishment in my creation. Yes, I did it. Wait, what? That's not all? Now we have to work in a group and create a collaborative project. Group projects never work for me because I tend to be a control freak and my grades are very important to me. We have to take turns blogging and respond to each other's blogs. Here comes another breakdown. There's always one person who can't seem to get on board. If I can work, go to school, and manage a household, you can attempt to respond to a blog in a timely manner, can't you?
A lot of people trying to quit smoking, and one of the things they're turning to is something known as the e-cig, electronic cigarette. Best way to demonstrate this, actually show you this. I'm not going to smoke on it, but basically what happens here is that there's a battery inside this. It has a nicotine vapor. You smoke on this, you get a little bit of the nicotine, and you get a little bit of the smoke as well. There's some pictures of it there. This is becoming quite popular. Melissa, it costs about $100, and you get several cartridges with this, a charger. You can basically smoke on this, even charge it up wherever you are, and it costs about $100. So it's not cheap. Thousands of these being sold in kiosks and malls. A couple of concerns about this already starting to come up. First of all, one question I find sort of interesting, is this a device or is this a drug? If it's a drug, the FDA has to approve it. It's a little bit hazy when it comes to that. Also, it's never really been tested in humans. They use nicotine.
We researched a YouTube video and created a conversation based on the content of the video, each taking a different position in an attempt to generate dialogue outside the group. We actually had pretty good success with this and were able to elicit outside responses from non-participants who wanted to argue against some of the points we had brought up. The conversations created through blogging, creating our controlling values, and starting a controversial discussion through YouTube allowed me to exhibit the rhetorical adaptability that was discussed in Core Value 1. Now we have to agree on a topic to research, come up with controlling values, create an annotated bibliography highlighting our research, and make a thoughtful contribution to the wiki site coinciding with our topic. Oh, and I almost forgot. We have to present our work in yet another genre to showcase our group work. Really? Is that all? I feel a big breakdown coming on now. On the upside of all the research and evaluation I participated in gave me the experience necessary to utilize Core Value 4 in my project. Finally, the light at the end of the tunnel. We must create a cover memo to tie all of our efforts into a nicely wrapped package displaying all the hard work we created over the last 15 weeks and present it to our instructor. Wait a minute, I created this. I have evolved in just 15 short weeks into what I would now like to refer to myself as a prosumer, because while I will always be a consumer, I now understand that I'm fully capable of being a producer as well. So while I spent all of this time overanalyzing all of my efforts, feeling like they were not going to be up to par with my classmates, I realize now that is just part of the process of Core Value 5, and I should value the amazing accomplishments I have made and the success I have achieved in creating a multi-genre, interactive, technology-driven writing extravaganza. I hope you enjoy my site, and thank you for a very eye-opening experience.